I want to reach out and wish everyone a good Erev Shabbos. It's Parshat Shelach Test Shabbos, and it's very exciting that we are going to be having minyanim back at our shuls with our outdoor minyanim taking place at Darchei Noam and Shomrei Torah. Very excited to see some new faces of people I have not been able to daven with them in quite some time. But I'm also thinking about the people who are not yet ready to be joining us at Minyan, and that kind of frames the context of the Dvar Torah I want to share with you for Parshat Shelach. You know, the theme of the Parsha revolves around the mission of sending spies, the infamous episode where the Jewish people request of Moshe to go on a mission to scout out the land of Israel. And the commentators debate, what was the purpose of this mission? Why did Moshe allow this mission to take place? Why does Hashem ultimately allow the mission to take place? The Ramban famously gives two explanations. The Ramban says the Jewish people at their heart really were just trying to come up with a strategy. What was the best route to take? But it wasn't that they were questioning God. The Ramban alternatively gives another explanation that Moshe was confident in Hashem's promise that Israel is a land flowing with milk and honey, and was certain that seeing the land with their own eyes would give chizuk to the people and allow them to come back, for those who were the spies, come back and report so positively about what they saw in Eretz Yisrael. I want to share a new approach, which I never seen before, shared by Rav Shamshon Raphael Hirsch, that I shared with some of you last night with some live learning. Rav Hirsch explains, if you look carefully at the language which is used in the questions which Moshe gives to the spies in terms of what they're supposed to look for, he says in Parak Yud Gimel Pasuk Yud Chet, regarding the nation, V'ta'ama yoshev alah, hachazak hu harafeh, hama'at hu imrav. Are they strong or weak? Are they many or few? And Rav Hirsch points out that all of the ensuing questions have a phraseology which is always, is it A, im rav, or im v'mivsarim, im razah? Is it A or B? But when it comes to the question of hechazak hu harafeh, the Torah doesn't use that word im. Is it A or B? It says hama'at hu harafeh. The strong is the weak. What was Moshe conveying in that message? Rav Hirsch explains that Moshe was conveying that to God, it really makes no difference if the people are strong or weak, because to God, all of the people in Eretz Yisrael are insignificant in terms of God leading the people into Eretz Yisrael. Instead, what Moshe was alluding to is that he wanted the spies to take note, to measure, to assess, how is the land doing at this point with the 7 nations living in there, in order so that at a certain point in a later date, they could use that as a measuring stick to see where are we at and reflect how has the land changed with having the Jewish nation living in there under God's auspices, when the land is going to flourish depending on the Jewish people's commitment to their ruchnius and their Torah and mitzvos. According to Rav Hirsch, the whole mission of the spies was a check-in to see where are we at now, and ultimately able to look back and reflect on that as a benchmark. And I think that idea, that explanation of Hirsch really reflects where we're at right now. We are in no ways at our goal. We are really just at a benchmark, a spot in time that we can assess things. A Shabbos where, yes, some of us will be able to come together and daven together, but it will also be difficult to note that many people are not with us yet. And so I look at this Shabbos and this point in time for our community really as a check-in for us to see where we're at and to also gauge where we are weak and also to assess our strengths of how far we've come. So I want to reach out to all of you and just wish you a good Shabbos. Know that I'm looking forward to seeing many of you this Shabbos. And while I understand I won't be able to see all of you, please reach out at this benchmark moment. Let us know how we're doing, where we are stepping up and doing a great job, and where we can do a better job to serve our community. Wishing you all a tremendous Shabbos and look forward to seeing you all soon.